Another day, another issue at Daniel the scientist's lab, as he and his colleagues work on a possible vaccine for AIDS. So according to these readings, this dose might be effective, but it might also kill the patient if given improperly. It all depends on body weight, and thus giving it to a child is off limits.
That's unacceptable. We must find another option.
We got a problem outside. Come and take a look. Stop the animal cruelty. Set the innocent creatures free. They feel pain just as we do.
Ah, an animal rights protester.
You work in that lab down the street? How can you sleep at night knowing that you make animals suffer?
I take no pleasure in killing animals, but sometimes sacrifices must be made to save other lives. In a perfect world, no one would have to die, but this is not that sort of world. On most occasions, we do not kill any animals. But our work is try to find ways to save lives.
I see you have met Harvey, the PETA activist.
How do you know him?
We are linked on Facebook and are members together of several environmental groups. But he isn't usually this extreme.
I guess he is frustrated that few people listen to him. Come, walk with me. I appreciate your activism, of course, but you must be careful when you associate with certain people. You never know what they might get you sucked into.
I know. I remember when a bunch of anti-abortion protesters tried to picket a clinic and Suzanne kicked one of them in his balls, and then got arrested for that.
Indeed. Did it ever occur to you that Harvey may be as ideal-driven, and thus irrational, as those anti-abortion fanatics? Sometimes women need to have abortions, and sometimes animals must be experimented on to test drugs, vaccines, or other substances or medical procedures that are considered too risky to test on human subjects. When well-meaning people are blinded by ideals that are unbalanced, injustice can result.
So how can you be so sure that you are on the side of justice, Father? Maybe a century from now, you will be looked upon by most of the public as we now regard slave owners of 200 years ago.
I wish I could give an easy answer to that. I can only do now what I think is right and take the consequences decades later, I guess.
I think our songwriting is improving. At this rate, we might be ready to branch off into our own band in another year or so.
I agree. Let's review this music. Can you play the first notes for me? Then I will join in. Perfect! Yes, that will work. Let's record that with the whole band tonight.
There is something I'd like us to do first, okay?
I know that look, and you are rather bold to suggest we have sex in my own parents' house.
Hey, I said nothing about going to home plate. Second base or even third base, certainly.
Your body, your rules. But not here. We must go to a place where we won't be disturbed. So will this place do? I locked the door and there is little reason for anyone else to come down to this basement room.
Sure. Let's do this.
And so on, for the next hour or so. Just use your imagination, you dirty-minded freak.